Hi, my name's Ariel Hurst and I'm the editor of ScrumHub.com. This week we're back with our panelists from the Agile Development Conference to ask question 3. Are there any situations where Scrum is not needed or appropriate?
Where they have too many interruptions, where they have unreliable backlog. So I often look to Kanban to handle situations like this. For example, let's say if you're doing technical support of a software where the work that you do is unpredictable because users call in and report problems, all of a sudden you have new work to do, so that Scrum is not really appropriate there, so I use Kanban.
I think it's going to be the appropriate solution in the vast majority of cases. The only times I can think where it's not the appropriate solution is where you're truly doing the exact same thing over and over again. And if you're repeating the exact same set of steps over and over again, Scrum is an adaptive process. It helps you execute on something, learn, and then iterate again. And so if you're not doing that, you might not be getting as much learning as you could.
I have not yet found an organization that can't implement it or shouldn't implement it. However, there are a lot of organizations that are not ready to implement it. A very hierarchical organization that's used to saying, do this, do that, the other thing, and if they haven't really understood what it means to be agile, then those are the organizations that probably aren't ready.
Scrum is not a good situation for teams if you're working on fixed price, fixed time, and fixed scope projects. If you can't move any of those three, it's probably not a good idea to do this.
Yeah, it's really hard to be successful with Scrum when your management team and your customer don't care about Scrum. So Scrum is super productive if everyone in the value chain, starting with upper management, down through your customers, internal or external, and your Scrum teams, and everybody's on the same page, and the corporate values are driven by Agile values. But when they're not, it's like pushing a rope uphill. Almost no Scrum project can ultimately be successful. In the end, you can produce some nice software, and you can produce some good products. But in the end, a program can't ultimately be successful if there isn't alignment throughout the organization.
When you can get fully cross-functional teams, then Scrum is a great starting point. I actually believe you need to put the ideas of flow into it, like Kanban, managing work in process, noticing how many things you have in play. So I think Scrum is great, and I think you need to extend it with Lean, and it's the best when you also have the opportunity to have a cross-functional team. So if you don't have a cross-functional team, or it's hard to start with, then it may not be the best solution.
I don't really ever think that there's like a yes or no kind of scenario with any process or whatever it is. I think more of the rub is trying to figure out, what's the least amount of process that would help people. So sometimes Scrum people can go wrong by prescribing you have to do all the practices when only a few are needed.